Hey everybody, welcome. We have Donnie here, Don, Keith. Keith and Don are fighting over who's second and third. Stephen Haynes is here. And hiding in the background is Ken. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone.
I asked Ken if he would help out simply because I feel like not so good.
Oh, it's got to be hard, yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to be starting, since we basically finished the cable car last week, we're going to be starting the U.S. Marshal Jail Wagon. And I do have to say I have to do a little bit of recovery on the cable car. I sprayed it with some acrylic clear. Actually, I sprayed it with Mod Podge clear to coat it. It fogged the windows.
Oh, no.
That's okay. I took some Future. Haven't looked at it, but I think the Future cleared them up.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I've kind of looked at this a little bit, not a whole lot. It is going to be an interesting build because the wheels are always fun on these type of kits. And Model Expo, if nothing else, gives you a ton of 1-to-1 scale pages.
Wow, that is huge.
Oh, it's not all the way open yet either.
I can see that.
There are 5 sheets like this. Matter of fact, let's back the camera up.
That's a beautiful set of blueprints.
It is. And they do this so that you can really see what you're trying to do as you're building it.
I mean, if you're really into it, you could actually frame those.
Mm-hmm. Some of these are really good like this. I did read that they may not be exactly the scale. Oh, wow. A bunch of people have popped in.
Yeah, we have. Oh, there's Gordon. Hey, Gordon.
Yep.
Keith's saying it's foggy in San Francisco. That's where your windows must be fogged up.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of people saying hi.
Welcome, everybody. But then there's that one. There's this one. And this one is just the walls and floors.
Okay. Yeah.
And every time I see the pieces, I see the holes. And I almost wonder if they meant for you to put nails in them, just the nail heads. But when you look at the pictures of it, it doesn't show the rivets.
Oh, probably because they're painted over, I'm assuming.
Possibly. But it doesn't even show the bumps.
Oh, okay.
I think those are supposed to just be divots from where the nails went in.
Right.
And then this identifies all of the pieces. These are kind of cool. This is the leather. It's gasket material that you're going to make the wheels out of and all the bolts.
Nice.
And the one thing I like about this is the wheels are each are one solid piece, unlike the Stagecoach from AL that I was looking at.
Right.
The Stagecoach wheels are 8 separate pieces that you glue together.
That'd be kind of a handful.
Yeah. And more parts, cabin structures, smaller.
You got your springs.
This is going to be the template for building the wheels. Yep. Springs. And I think some of the springs are all the white metal. So they aren't actually going to spring. But the axles, from what I've read, are actually machined aluminum.
Nice. Jeff J's here. Hi, Jeff.
Welcome, Jeff J. Donnie just said, "Show enough is Jody."
Oh yeah, there's Jody. Oh, sorry, Jody, I missed you there. There's howdy weary travelers.
Yes,
that might be a fine wagon, I reckon.
Mm-hmm. The Ian that didn't make it into the cable car may make it into the jail wagon. So I will. Oh, actually, let me see if I can get these refolded now. Yay! They never go completely back together, but they
No, never do.
They go back together enough.
Does it tell you a scale that this is like?
It's 1/12 scale.
1/12. Okay.
Yep. So we've got. This I like because different kits have different types of wheels. The wheels, the hubs are cast aluminum.
Oh, good. That'll be sturdy.
And then it's got these brass socket things go over top of over them as the hubcap. Couple of actual hinges in here. Matter of fact, let me zoom in a little bit. Hey, Kenneth, welcome.
Good evening, Kenneth.
I replaced the other. I had a different remote for the camera. I replaced it because it didn't work very well. And I had an interesting morning this morning. Came down, restarted the computer, and one of my monitors wouldn't work.
Oh no.
The double-sided tape that was holding up my power strip came loose, unplugged the camera. I didn't know that, and kind of jerked on the cable. So I've got a new cable coming for one of the monitors because one of them's using USB-C.
Yep.
It's working now, but I want to make sure I have a backup.
Okay.
Which was also interesting because my sound runs for my speakers runs out of my HDMI from the computer or from the one of the monitors.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just looking. It looks like they do have the nail holes in those pieces.
They do. And Don's saying that we can buy the horses. You can, but man, those things are expensive. They don't quite yet have the really nice packaging that Elfrey has for their spare pieces. I say yet because I think someday they might.
Alex there. Alex stuck at work.
Hey, Alec. Speaking of Alec, the longboat has the same type of plans. Huge amount of plans in it as well.
Nice.
So yeah, this is not white metal. That's good because white metal is so fragile.
Oh, it is. I remember getting lots of model kits back in the 90s and stuff. And it was white metal pieces, and yeah, one little bit of a bend in there, toast.
Yep, and there are the axles. Nicely done. Actually,
and sorry, you and I were talking just before the show started here, and you were saying this model just came out just a couple of years ago.
The first time I saw it on Model Expo was, I think, 93, but the copyright on it is 2021.
Right.
Looks like it might be aluminum. Actually, I think it says it's cast Britannic metal. Let's see. Britannia cast metal parts. White metal.
Okay.
So don't push on the springs too hard.
No.
Lots of little metal pieces. And of course, now I have this little plastic box that's going to spill everything everywhere all the time. There's the gasket material.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you can see the lines on there.
Yep, you can see where it's cut. Yep.
And the bolts. Let's see if I can get this box top folded a little bit better. Not sure what that is. Spokes for the wheels themselves. And I have several of the Model Expo wagon type kits. I have the Conestoga. I have their Stagecoach. Donnie says he has a lot of old minis made of white metal.
Yeah, from back in the day. And also back in the day, used to do lead as well.
Yeah. I do like this. I love when Model Expo does this. They did this same type of thing on the Chaperone.
Yep.
I call that wood photo etch.
Well, I mean, the upside is you could paint them separate, then apply them.
Yep. And so a bunch of these pieces have already popped loose. Oh no. That's not looking good. I think I might have a broken piece here.
Uh-oh.
Well, the nice thing about Model Expo, I've dealt with them some. If I do have a broken piece, I will just email them and say, hey, can you send me this piece?
And it sounds like this is still in production, so that is a possibility.
Yeah. I'm almost positive that's broken. Let's see. Take out the plans behind me. Move the tea so I don't spill it. The nice thing about having the space that I do is I have a space to open these plans up like this.
Don says, nope, it's not broken. Mount for below seat.
Okay. Because I know Don's working on this as well. It actually does look like it is broken there because it doesn't have char from being
Laser cut.
Laser cut, yeah. That's the one thing about wood models is that they can come a little bit shaken up.
Yeah. Well, I guess something you'll find out as the build progresses.
Yep. Cabin bench. Okay. Let me toss all these parts back in here. You know what?
That's that piece there.
This piece is broken.
Ah, yes, just a little bit.
Let me see if I can figure out which one it is.
So with a wooden kit like this, is that something that's worth trying to glue back together, or is it just kind of you're better off getting a new piece?
It depends on how bad it is and if I have all the pieces. I will usually try and glue it back together.
Don says, oops, I lied. Now I'm just going to have a hard time trusting you from now on, Don. I just don't know.
But I do know, like I said, Model Expo is really good about replacing things.
Well, that's good.
I think I mentioned last week that they replaced glue, or not glue, but paint that I had that was like 10 years old that I had never used, never opened. And they're like, well, usually we only guarantee them for 2 years, but since you never opened them and you're just now doing the kit, they replaced them.
Oh, right on. I had luck with Revell once. I got their 1600 is Revell Germany the 1/600 scale Enterprise TOS with the lighting kit, and the whole pack of the instructions and the decals and everything were missing. So they're like, well, send us a picture. I'm thinking, how do I send you a picture of something I don't have?
Yeah, I would love that.
So I sent him a picture of all the parts. I said, there you go. I don't have the, you know. And they were good, though. It took me about a month to get the replacement decals and the instructions.
Oh, yeah. Well, Oakley kits that I didn't even buy from them, that I bought off of eBay, and I was honest with them. I told them I bought this kit off of eBay, and these parts were broken, and they sent them to me.
Yeah.
So I did compare these two pieces. Unless there's a piece missing in the center here, I don't think there is. I don't have any pieces that match that. But unless there's a piece missing in the center there, I have the whole piece.
Don says, you like me, Ken. Admit it. Like's got nothing to do with it.
Like and crust, man.
I don't know. It may cost you some zebra cakes.
Yeah, man, there's that. Okay. I did read a little bit. The first thing they want you to do is figure out which parts are which. The first thing I've got to do is figure out which parts are the floor. I believe this might be the floor. Although I only see one hole on here. Set that there for right now. But need to figure out the floor, the cabin side braces. Yes.
New tradition. Zebra cakes.
Exactly. And we will pronounce it that way.
Yep.
Especially because it will drive Ian batty.
Hey, I was watching the Canadian news, and they were talking about that zebra that was on the loose down in somewhere down south there in the U.S. and how it was finally located and captured. And the news reporter did pronounce it zebra. This morning, watching the news again in Canada here, that reporter does pronounce it zebra. So.
Okay, well, this is the side. I am listening, by the way.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yes, Keith. He said that was in Tennessee. Yes. I think it escaped as soon as they got it delivered to them. It managed to escape.
That's not good.
No.
Okay. Figured out one of them. Because I've got the two cabin sides. Here's one of the cabin benches. And so this makes that the other cabin bench. Although...
Oh, you think it was Donnie's pet zebra?
Maybe. Let's see, does that fit in that hole? It does. Interesting that the cabin bench has only one of the two rows of holes that it's supposed to have, according to the picture.
Oh. Shoddy craftsmanship. Whoever built that wagon.
Yep.
Prisoners inside are going to have a easier time tearing it apart. Although if that really bothered you, you could take some sort of tool and just reinsert some new divots.
Wouldn't be that hard, actually.
No.
Well, see, I'm looking for this specific tool. Take one of these.
There you go.
Except can't do that. I just thought about it. These cross pieces here are glued in.
Oh, okay.
Still need to send that one to Alec.
Yeah, I have riveting tools for like aircraft and stuff, model aircraft.
1/8 by 1/4 wood strip.
Well, I have to say, I did like your meme there with Archie Bunker.
Yeah. I just came across that and I was like, that's funny.
I was laughing.
I'm sitting here looking and going, I don't see that 1/8 by 1/4. And that's because I'm looking at it as it's one piece.
Oh, okay.
It was when it was in the bag.
Yep.
It was together like that. I didn't see the seam. I was looking at it from this side. Once I take it out, though, it's pretty obvious which one it is. Just to make sure, I got my little toy here. I love this thing. It's not 100% precise, but it's close enough that it's really easy to figure out what parts I'm dealing with.
Right. Yeah, so you were using that in your ship build.
Yep. Cabin side braces.
Are you able to show us the instructions, just to show us what you're working on at this current moment?
Yeah. So that is what I'm working on, is getting all these pieces here.
Okay.
So if you look, I actually have them laid out
the same way.
Yeah, the frame, bench, floor, bench, frame, the wood strip. Now I'm looking for the cabin braces or cabin side braces, and then there's going to be some microscopic wooden pieces that are bench braces.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Those are probably going to, if I can't find them, be handmade. Scratch build. The odd thing is, I saw those. Okay, there they are. One, two, three, four, five, six. So those are going to be the side braces. This is actually the first real bench time I've had this week.
And how is Andrea doing?
She's doing better than I am right now.
Yeah. Have you been catching up on your rest then, at least?
Oh, yeah. Yesterday I spent all day in bed, slept probably 6 or 7 hours all day long, and then spent another 7 or 8 hours sleeping last night. I'm the type that I don't get sick, but when I do, oh God, look out.
Weeps you out.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephen Kessel is here. He says, "Good day, everyone. Model on."
Welcome, Stephen.
Oh, and there's Eric. Eric is here now, too. Asking how everyone is tonight.
There you go, Eric.
Hot clamping action.
What I do like is they say a small steel block.
Like a 1, 2, 3 block?
Exactly.
I find those things, you don't use them all the time, but they're handy when you need it.
I actually use them more and more.
I've noticed that with, especially with the wood kits.
Okay, the bench braces I am not seeing. Let me take a look. Do I see them on the sheet plans? On that one.
And Eric says, and I'm out. Is it because you got to see some hot clamping action or what?
Bench braces.
So I didn't see, this kit didn't provide any glue.
Nope.
Okay.
But I still have some Model Expo glue from other kits.
Oh, perfect. And you should keep refilling the bottle too if you want.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is I've refilled these. This is actually what is it? I forget the name brand. But it's a wood glue that I use all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cabin side braces. Holy crow. Wow. So the pictures are kind of misleading because that's the bench brace.
Oh.
I was thinking that's the side brace.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That is the side brace.
Okay, yeah. Well, 112.
Yep.
Eric, we were just talking about that at the beginning of the stream. So are we putting in the jail wagon once it's finished? Well, he didn't make it into the rail car or the cable car. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that's all the pieces that I need right now. So I'm going to see. Eric was late, so he didn't get to see me actually use a clamp for something.
Yes.
That's what you get for being late, Eric. And by the way, Ken, you are a bad influence on me.
You've got 4 of them as well?
I do.
Yep.
I bought the second set.
Yep. It looks like mine comes in a red box, but yeah, it looks like the same stuff in it.
Well, I saw yours in the red box. So I was like, I need more.
Yep.
Okay, glue left and right frames. Well, actually, first things first. And it says to make sure you don't have to get all the char off, but the char does not form a good bonding surface.
Okay.
Basically, because what it does is it closes up the pores of the wood.
Yeah. Lately, from watching your ship builds there, I've been getting a lot of ads on YouTube now for those kits now.
See how I am? Why am I doing it that way? I have 2 of these blocks. I'm using an old sanding stick instead of one of these.
There you go. You could be using a fret leveling beam.
Yeah. I think I'd snap these panels. Well, I can feel from the weight of the wood. This is not, what is it? Well, it's balsa wood.
Howard,
Oh, Howard, thank you.
and welcome.
Yes, welcome. We're going to brush hog some lanes down in his woods. I'm going to pretend I know what that means.
Boar, I'm assuming.
I think it's some sort of machine that he takes through the clear.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Brush hog some lanes down. Okay. Yeah, so he's gonna go through some sort of brush clearing machine to create some lanes going through there.
And it's funny because I think out of all the folks in HTM, I probably identify more with Howard than anybody else does. Because farmers were my people.
There you go.
Yeah, he said, oh, I wonder if he just posted a picture.
Yeah, looks like he did.
Oh, yeah. It's like a lawnmower that attaches in front of a tractor.
Mm-hmm.
I will even share. Yes. That is the brush hog. Very cool.
Okay.
Kid steer. Okay.
Yep. So it's brand name. Like Kleenex instead of facial tissue, or Band-Aid instead of adhesive bandage.
Yep. This thing will cut down brush. Okay. So it's something they should have in California. Wait, did I say that out loud? That was wrong of me. And from talking to Todd in Discord here the past couple of days, it sounds like Woody Wednesday is here to stay.
That's what sounded like on Sunday.
Yeah,
as well.
that's right. It was on the stream.
Yeah, after when I joined.
I'm good with that.
We're just gonna have to find at some point a time for the Grissom.
Yep. Okay. So first things first. A smart person. I'm going to be smart. I was going to say a smart man would put down some wax paper, but I'm not always that smart.
For parchment paper.
Yep.
You're right. You're right, Don. He says, well, if you cut down the brush in California, then the rain comes mudslides. Yeah.
Yes and no. Having lived in California when there was severe fires, I think the mudslides on the flatter areas would be better than there's those fires. Than having air that they literally say, do not go outside, turn your AC all the way up because the air outside will kill you.
Yeah.
And it's like back in the early 80s, when I lived in Juneau, Alaska, we had this girl move up there from LA.
Yep.
And it was funny what she said when she got to Juneau. Actually, when she got to Anchorage, she told us that when she got to Anchorage, she was scared to death that she wouldn't be able to breathe because she could not see the air.
That is funny.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. What they don't tell you is exactly how far, because these side pieces, let me make sure I've got the right pieces. Oh, you know what? No, that's the, okay, these are the bench.
Are they double-sided for the riveting or the nail holes? No? Okay.
They're not. But let me double check. Okay. I'm not about to. I am screwing it up. Because these have got to be the side pieces because they're longer.
Right.
I'm screwing it up. I screwed it up, and that's what I do.
But you caught it.
Yep. Well, and I've had other things that have been a little screwy here lately. And the nice thing about wood glue is that if you're very gentle with it, you can get it to come loose.
Alex asking how your longboat's coming since Wednesday.
Not at all.
Kind of been under the weather.
That's an understatement. I've spent the last week in bed. But that's okay. It's not a race. I'll finish first. Pardon my head. Making sure I'm putting this on the same way on both sides.
Well, Alec was commenting. Nice top of the head view.
Speaking of which, speaking of head views and stuff, it was kind of funny the other day. Jordan went and took a shower. Then he came into our room and had shaved his head.
Okay.
As you do.
Like right down to the wood, or just stubble?
No, stubble. He didn't bick it yet.
Okay.
I have on occasion shaved my head, and when I do, I hit it with a bick as well.
Well, it'd be nice for when you're outdoors.
Yeah.
Just remember to slap a hat on.
Yep. I remember the first time I shaved my head and I went outside and the sun was hot.
And me being a redhead, I burn super quick.
Ooh, yeah.
I remember my first posting in the RCMP, we had to travel a lot of places by boat. So I was boat certified, and then came back down south. And then I was doing boating on a nice hot sunny day for a few hours. And of course, it's summer's here wearing, a short sleeve, police shirt. And it actually, I look at my arm, and down my whole arm was just tiny blisters the whole way down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I just put my hand on my arm and just ran my hand down my arm, and they all like popped in. My arm was just wet, and ugh.
It's because you got that fair skin to go along with that red head.
Yeah. Yeah. Don says, yeah, the sun does not like him either. Yeah. Well, the cool thing was on my basic training, I was allowed to wear a bandana because of the red hair. Not because of the sun, but because of just the color of my hair. The warrant officer was like, "Yeah, you can. You're the only one allowed to wear it." So I didn't, though. I was like, "I'm not going to be that different guy and piss everyone else off."
Donnie says the sun doesn't like him, and Don says the same thing.
Yeah. You know, some people will deny it, but I feel like the sun, you know, it just seems like it's stronger these days.
It is.
Jeff's Train and World HONO Gauge is here. Hello, Jeff.
Welcome.
And Alex getting hungry. He wants to go home.
I think Alex always hungry.
He's a growing boy.
I know he always wants to go home. So right now, I'm looking for a picture that's going to tell me where these braces need to go. Because I don't really get smart from it. I'm looking at the instructions.
Oh, Jeff, we're working on, well, I shouldn't say we, but Buck's working on a jail wagon from 1885. You said 1/12 scale?
Yep, 1/12 scale.
Yep.
And I screwed it up again. Yes, look at me go. These side pieces?
Yep. Go on top?
They go on top of the piece.
Okay.
I'll get this right yet.
And basically, we're Buck's on step one, basically.
Yes.
Just a brand new kit started tonight.
I think it doesn't matter that much.
It may in the end, though.
Braces are used to hold it on the outside. Yeah, but there's a specific spot they should be, because otherwise you're going to have problems getting the rear wheel to go in place.
Right.
So we're going to put that one there. I'm trying to put it down. And to be honest, I don't think it would matter that much. But I'm my own worst enemy.
Keith's like, step one, third attempt.
Exactly.
Take 3.
And let me get my fat head in here. Okay, got that the right way.
Yeah, Jeff saying confusing as hell on the instructions.
Yes. As Model Expo instructions tend to be. Good kits, confusing instructions. Which is why I've stalled twice on the chaperone. But only once for 10 years.
Well, once, no complaints then.
Okay. So I can put one in the front, one in the back.
Is this like an American company or?
Yes.
Okay.
They're based. Where are they based out of? Florida.
Okay.
Down there by Cult TV Man.
Oh, he's in Florida too, is he?
Yep.
I've never noticed where he's from. I've ordered stuff from there a number of times.
Yeah, near Miami.
Yep.
Or if, it depends on which time he commented. It's either near Miami or near Miami.
I've heard it both ways.
I think reading Chinese might be easier.
Just use your phone to do the Google Translate.
Yep. As I did for a while on the Disney Dollhouse.
Yeah, I gotta remember to do the. I gotta try the Google Translate on my A10 build. There's two spots. Like there's one spot there, like okay, add. I think it's like 80 grams of weight, and then like a step or two later, it's like, and behind that you want to add 80 grams of weight. So I'm like, now are they saying it's either or do they want basically 160 grams of weight in total?
If it's towards the front of the airplane,
yep,
it's going to be 160 grams of weight, because you got to remember those engines, the plastic for the engines is going to be pretty significant, and you don't have the Vulcan cannon actually in there.
Yeah. And I know the one spot they're saying to put weight in is the ammo drum.
Yep.
So, and then the other spot is just behind the ammo drum.
Yeah, that thing is an impressive aircraft.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was going to ask you something about the F-16. When it's powered down and just kind of sitting, in a hangar or whatever the case is, does the engine or the what do you call it, at the very back, the
flame
the
holder.
nozzle,
Yeah, the nozzle flame holder.
Yeah. Does that close up or does it open up when it's shut down? Because the F-14 has one opens, the other one closes.
It does a little bit of both. When they're when they're shutting down the engine, they do what they call an oil scavenge. They'll throttle up and then they'll cut power.
Okay, but when it's just sitting there, does it naturally tend to sit in one kind of like more of a closed?
It sits wherever it stops at. But when they throttle up and then they pull the throttle back and shut off the engine, what happens is as they throttle up, the turkey feathers will close down, and then as they shut down, they'll open back up. It's still not that big a difference on the F-16.
Right. And see, I only learned about the F-14's way a few months ago. Like I'd always see kits and it'd always show with one open, one closed. And I'm like, why is that? Like, I don't understand. Are they just showing you that you have two options or what? And then I found out, oh no, that's how it actually sits. One specifically is open and one specifically is closed. And I can't remember which one is which, but if you look at the model kit, it tells you basically.
Yeah. And Donnie is correct. They are called turkey feathers.
There we go. Thank you, Donnie.
Mm-hmm. And they're made of titanium.
Yes.
Really neat airplane. Really not made for maintenance.
I have a number of kits of different, a few different scales of F-16s. So one day I'll have to get into building those ones as well.
The last F-16 that I built was a Hasegawa, I believe, 1/48 scale.
Yep.
And it was for a over on the other channel.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the Veterans Day build.
Okay.
And when I found the kit, I was like, this has got to be the one I built.
Yeah.
Because It was the Wingbird from Spangdahlem. I worked on that airplane.
Nice.
Top drop. You guys,
I'm trying to think what brands. I think most of the F-16s I have are mostly Tamiya kits. Ooh.
Do you hear a splat? Don't worry, it's just my lung flying out.
You have a spare.
Yep.
And Alex asking again for the second time. He's asking if you're going to do more work on the longboat tonight. I think tonight's just the jail wagon, is it not?
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go, Alex. Just the jail wagon.
God bless. That's the thing too, as I can tell when I'm getting better, because I'll have a coughing fit like that and nothing will come out.
That's good then.
Mm-hmm.
Donnie asking if you're okay.
Right as rain, man. Right as rain.
Still suffering from the con crud.
Yep. Okay, so based on looking at the pictures, matter of fact, let's see how 1-to-1 scale they are. Where is it? There they are. I have a cool tool.
There you go.
Now that's scary. I opened them up almost perfectly to the right spot. Yep. So the last of these braces on either side needs to go in line with this line.
Okay.
And I hope I have these holes in the right spot. If I don't, I'll be drilling holes later.
Well, it's thin wood, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue to drill holes later, I would assume.
No. The only problem would be making sure that they're in the right spot.
Right.
And I will probably bring. Go ahead.
Just 3 on each side?
Yep.
Okay. And sorry, you were saying you'll probably
bring over the longboat, because I have found that I have purchased a tool that I think is going to actually turn out to be worthless.
Oh, I hate when I do that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe not completely worthless, but
very limited use.
Well, I haven't figured out if it's actually going to be worth the $40 I paid for it.
A jig.
The Farah frame.
Yeah.
And I know that you're supposed to put this on here up against each of the frames as you put them on, but I'm like, and I bought this before I bought the 1, 2, 3 blocks.
Right.
The 1, 2, 3 blocks I think are better, or even the homemade jig that Don made.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the first time I've actually broken this thing out.
Well, the 1, 2, 3 blocks, will certainly not, the same scale for holding that boat, but they have so many other uses, like when you're using it on your Disney house or, that sort of thing as well.
Yep. Square to the frame, small steel block scrape for this. Note the orientation of front and rear of the cabin floor by nail head pattern. 3 holes are towards the rear. Well, that's the rear. Yeah, that's going to be the rear. Okay. I'm looking at the picture, and you would think they would have the rear towards, at least to me, the rear would be to the right, and the rear is not, it's to the left.
Okay.
Once the glue has set on the cabin side braces, cut and fit wood strip. See in the picture below, must be flush since the cabin benches will lean on them. Okay. I will use another one of my cool tools that I bought specifically for wood modeling.
Did you get one of those cutting, what are they called?
Mini table saw?
Oh, no, that's not what I was thinking. That is a cool tool.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. And yes, I have one of those too.
Yeah, where you can cut the different angles if you need, or.
Yep.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that came with the quote from AL.
Okay, yep.
It was one of the quote unquote free tools. This is the one they sent me.
Okay, yeah. That's not what I was thinking of, but I was thinking more that U-shaped frame that you just use a regular saw in.
Okay. I have a hacksaw too. I have more tools than most people. It's just I don't use them enough. So let me go across the room and make some noise. I'll be right back.
Oh.
I'm not that far away.
I just saw that Jordan posted something about a massive mullet in his restaurant. Oh, Keith's heading off to bed. All right, Keith, I know you got an early morning tomorrow, so you take care. And we'll see you on Friday. Or maybe we'll see you on the stream tomorrow night, I guess.
I have a feeling I cut this one too short. Either that or I cut it perfect. I love it when I do that. Good night, Keith. Did you even hear the saw?
Barely.
What's funny is the little lathe that I bought also has a table saw. And I think that's actually part of the reason Andrea does not mind that I bought some wood kits here lately, because I'm doing more and more with wood. Donnie heard it with his hypersonic hearing. Okay, another piece.
Sorry, I just had to reply to Jordan's picture of the mullet. Yeah, I mean, we can hear it sawing, but it's not super loud.
Almost.
Eric says, is Buck grinding his toenails on live stream?
Maybe. Wouldn't you like to know? Don't make me do them on camera. That is the one thing about building on a live stream like this. I never let anything dry long enough where it should.
Yeah, that's I agree. When working on kits on the Friday and Sunday streams, yeah.
But the key thing is knowing how to fix it if it gets screwed up because of that.
Yes. Although certain kits lend themselves better to doing live stream, like Bandai kits are usually really good because if something doesn't fit, then isn't going properly, it's you who's made the mistake, because they generally go in really, really well.
Yep.
Whereas something like this, it's your responsibility to cut wood to certain lengths.
The only thing I don't like about the Model Expo kits, you have to read. You actually have to read.
Yes, I saw that looking at your instructions. It's like a paragraph under each set of photos.
Oh man, you just about triggered Ian. The reason I say that, when you said a paragraph underneath each of the pictures, what instantly came into my head was, you can get anything you want at Alice's
restaurant. Yeah. Thanks to you, I've heard that song now a number of times.
It is a good song.
It is.
The scary part is they made a movie.
Did they?
Yes.
When did they do that?
1969.
Oh, okay. I was gonna guess 70s, but okay.
Well, I watched the movie just to see, and I have to say, 23 minutes of the song in the just the song itself is plenty. I will never get that time back that I spent watching that movie.
All right then. Just kind of like the movie you watched the other night with Andrea.
Yeah, what was that?
The Surfer?
Yes. Oh God. It's like Andrea said at the end of it, after we watched the whole movie, she said Nicolas Cage should never be allowed to produce a movie ever. He can act. I don't know if he can direct, but he sure should not be in charge of production.
Yes.
And he didn't even go full Nicolas Cage in it. Oh, the Group W bench. Circles. Look at that. I have gotten everybody to at least listen to that song once.
Oh, it sounds like Donnie's saying it's on YouTube for free. I'm assuming he means the movie.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The Group W bench. Matter of fact, when I first I didn't actually know anything about the song, but I had heard Arlo Guthrie, Alice's Restaurant was a neat song.
Yep.
So I bought it on CD back in the 80s. I'd never heard it before, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, Alec, you can try to listen to it at some point. It's like what you said, 23 minutes long?
Yep.
It is a long song. It's a whole story.
It is. It's an entire story about Arlo Guthrie and kind of the Vietnam War, because Arlo Guthrie was a protester against the Vietnam War.
All right. Good evening, Andrew.
Howdy, Andrew.
Donnie says he can sing along with most of it.
And it was a case of blind justice. He looked at the pictures with the 28 by 10 glossy pictures with circles and arrows and paragraphs in the back of each one explaining exactly what it was. And he looked at the seeing eye dog.
But Donnie's kind of correct. He says, no, it's two stories in one song. I told you this story so I can tell you this story.
Yep. Kill, kill, kill. We're jumping up and down on the bench. The sergeant comes in, pins a medal on me and says, "You're our boy." I do love the end of it, that he's not moral enough to go to Vietnam, kill women and babies because of being a litter bug.
Yeah. So Andrew, I have to say, I really like those pictures you've been putting up on Discord there. That's the masks turn out really good for your registry numbers and everything. And for the escape pods. Although, were you going to try and work with Mike Lean on that? Yeah, I agree, Donnie. It does look awesome, that registry.
See, this is the deceptive part of this build. Building this box is very quick.
Well, that's good.
And then you have to do the floor. Or not the floor, but the undercarriage.
Right. Just looking to see what Andrew's talking about here. Is that good proof of concept for the registry, but probably we'll use the decals from Keith. Don't know about the escape pods. Paint look great, and the detail over top works well. Okay. He just didn't use quite the proper paints, he says, and the he did kind of rush it.
Just looked up and saw that I'm off camera. There we go.
Oh, there we go. With that back wall there. With the door, the open doorway.
Yep. And it is so close. It's just a hair off on this left side. Like I said, building the box is quick.
Can go back to step one?
I could.
We'll do take 4 on step 1.
What's funny is I think I'm about to catch up with Dawn. because Don has his box built.
Okay. Don's saying nope. I'm assuming he means nope, you're not about to catch up with him.
Sounds like. I know he showed his box on Discord the other day.
Well, he must have got a little bit more done then.
The seat is a bit tricky. Because the seat actually has springs on it, I believe. You know, sanding off the char should make this fit.
Oh, there you go. I remember for a while there, I kept getting YouTube ads for laser cutter.
I would think about one if I would use it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right?
You wouldn't use it near as, I don't think you'd use it near as much as you think you would.
No, that's the thing. You almost need to start doing almost like a small business at that point.
Yep. There is that.
So Don's saying you still have the bars, the roof with the frame, plus the rear step, the door, etc. And he laughs. So Don, looks like you got a lot more done then.
Yep. I was just thinking how fast this box is actually going together. So I saw something in the yard today, and it was so cute. The dogs were acting. We have one spot where Oliver had dug underneath the fence. Well, Oliver and Apollo had dug underneath the fence so that Oliver could get out. So I put some slats on the fence.
Yep.
And they were both over there today by that spot where the 3 slats are. And it was just the cutest little thing. I had to get them to go away, and I had to scare the little guy. Wasn't happy about it, but there was a squirrel about that big. Baby squirrel was trapped in there by the dogs, and I went out there and got it to where he finally, he ran down off the fence, booked across the yard and underneath the fence in another spot.
Oh, okay. Had to help him escape.
Yep.
Don's has a little warning there. It says the box is easy. Just watch the roof. Box needs to square.
Yep.
Did the sanding help?
A little bit. A little bit more off of there. And this is where, had I not gone back and done the 3rd time on part 1, step 1, I'd be going back and doing it again now.
There we go. Yeah, Don's warning, it will throw the roof off if you're not careful.
Two blocks fit in here. I don't think so, but maybe. Oh, look at that. That is just a beautiful thing.
Oh, it does fit in there. So, folks, make sure you go to Amazon and order your 1, 2, 3 blocks.
Get 2 sets, one with bolts, one without.
Yep. A little bit pricey, but they're worth it.
They are indeed. And if you're not using them, they are a great place to store your part work screwdrivers.
Yeah, it would be. And they've got many types of those blocks. They're not just the 1, 2, 3 blocks, but they also have other sizes. 1, 2, 3 is the size. 1 inch by 2 inches by 3 inches.
Yep.
And they have some without holes, some with just fewer holes.
Some that are holy moly. Bump.
Well, use the other ones to secure it the other way. No, I don't know.
There's not enough room to slide them in there.
I was going to say one on top and then one from the other side.
That's why I keep you around.
I earned my pay, did I?
Yes, you did.
Here we go. Don's like, where's the clamps, Clampa?
I'm using the old style clamps. Okay, now to hold this for a minute. It is kind of funny because they actually suggest using CA.
Oh, really?
Yep. But I don't like CA with wood. Depends on the CA.
Does it depend on the wood type of wood too, like how porous it is or not?
Yep. My first Model Expo kit that I ever built, they said to use CA on it. And you could see everywhere that I use CA.
It stained it.
Apollo came to visit.
Well, there we go. Hey, Apollo.
Buddy. Oh, come on. Ever since I hooked up that air cooler, I put a fan underneath
cameras.
I put a fan underneath the laptop.
Yep.
And it screws with one of the cameras. Let me see. Yeah, it's not playing nice.
Oh, well.
And Apollo left anyway.
We believe you.
Well, I think he came in to smell the chicken that we're making into chicken jerky.
Oh, nice.
Yes. we figured out that the making it ourselves costs about the same. It just takes longer, more effort.
Yeah.
But making it ourselves, it costs about the same as buying it in store.
Okay.
I think that's got that.
Yeah, just be careful never to drop one of those on your toes.
Yeah. You know, you say this from experience?
Close. I knocked one off my desk and it came probably within an inch of my toes. And I just thought to myself, that would have really hurt, especially because the odds are it's going to land on a corner.
Yeah. Of course. Well, and for me, it's even worse. Not only would it fall on one of my toes, it would fall on my right big toe, which is where I have my gout.
Ooh, yeah, that would not be good.
Yeah, the first time, when I first found out I had gout, I almost didn't have gout.
Oh.
Yeah, if I'd have had a hatchet, I'd have cut that sucker off.
That bad.
Oh, yeah. What was funny is this was in Korea. I went to the emergency room.
Yep.
And after he diagnosed me with gout and everything and was sending me home, I'm like, can I get a profile so I don't have to go to work in 2 hours? He kind of looked at me funny. I'm like, dude. People wonder why military doctors do not have the greatest reputation.
Oh, there's something really painfully wrong with you. Okay, well, carry on with your duties.
Yep. Well, what they actually did, this was an interesting experience. They did a 24-hour urine sample. That's where you pee in this thing for an entire day. Then you take it back to them. They test it and figure out if you don't get rid of enough. What is it? I forget what the acid is. But if you don't get rid of it, enough of it, or if you excrete too much of it.
Okay.
I don't remember which one they said I was, but they put me on this medicine called endomethacin, which was great for stopping an attack after I got one.
Ah.
Now I'm on allopurinol, which is a preventative. It keeps me from getting an attack.
Okay.
Of course, the last really bad attack that I had, it was kind of funny because I could say it was self-inflicted, but I blame Andrea. And she blames herself too. Well, I think it's called, if I remember right, it's styrenes is what causes it.
Okay.
And what is it? Anchovies are packed full of styrenes. And you know what gives a Caesar salad that really pungent taste, right?
Yeah, anchovy.
Yes.
Or whatever, yeah.
And Andrea made fresh Caesar salad. And oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
And then my foot blew up.
Whew.
That was when they put me on the allopurinol as a preventative instead.
Okay.
And not saying that this is caused by the same thing, but that was also the time that Jordan's gallbladder blew up.
Ooh.
Not his gallbladder, his appendix.
Oh, okay. I've had the gallbladder. I've had mine removed. Donnie says, no wonder you like building wood models. You're allergic to styrene.
And Alec is absolutely correct. It's not urea, it's uric acid. Uric acid, when it crystallizes, forms into little crystalline. I mean, forms little sharp needle-like crystals. And gout is when those crystals form in your joints.
Okay.
And it is just not a fun time.
No, it doesn't sound like I worked with a guy who had gout. He was off for a little bit and then on light duties for a little bit.
I worked in Korea with a guy who had gout, and my gout was nothing compared to his.
Really?
Yeah.
Whew.
I have it in one big toe. He had it in every joint in his body.
Oh, geez, that's, yeah.
But they had him on endomethacin as well, rather than allopurinol as a preventative.
So they'd still let you have flare-ups, but they'd only treat you when...
That's what endomethacin is. It treats the flare-up.
Yeah.
Allopurinol keeps it from happening.
Yeah.
And it kind of shocked my doctor how well I can control it through other means. Because while I was still on the endomethacin, I told my doc before she put me on the allopurinol that when I felt that an attack was going to happen or was coming on, I would drink just a ton of water, because uric acid is water soluble.
Oh, there you go. Flush your system out.
Yep. We're going to make Donnie a wood lover? Be careful of splinters, Donnie. Well, okay, you're sitting on the blocks. So these appear to fit the way they should. I wonder, since they're setting everything up, all the rivets on the outside, I'm going to put it on that way.
Well, there are rivets on the floor there, though.
Yeah.
And are there rivets on the bottom of the floor underneath?
Nope.
So, well.
Well, let's see. How do they have them? They have them facing up.
Okay.
Of course, they have different ones than these.
You said they had 2 rows of rivets or something?
Well, see, that's what I keep looking at this, and I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, what are they doing? Because these pieces here,
yep,
don't look like what they've got here. The ones that they've got in the picture here look like the ones that are on the side.
You sure you don't have them backwards?
Positive, because these ones have to fit between these walls.
Oh, okay.
Whereas these ones the walls fit between them. Let's see, I'm going to move this. Just double check my pictures. I got pictures. Floor. Must have folded one of them up. Yep. Ugh.
Like Donnie said, the ones in the picture might be prototype parts.
Yeah.
And if someone's going to notice that, they'd have to be a real rivet counter.
Dun-dun-dun.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. Donnie, did Jordan send you those files today? He said he'd try, but I don't know if he had a chance to do it before he had to go to work.
It's a really bad habit that Jordan has.
Yes. Having to pay bills.
Oh. Those are right.
Yeah, he told me he would he tried to send them off to you there, Donnie, but I don't know if he was at work at the time when he said that, so he might have to wait till he gets home from work or whatever the case may be.
That's why they say line it with the ends of the walls, because the ends of the braces there stick out just a hair further. Okay, yeah. So these are going to go on this way because this line here will line up with the brace here.
Right.
The nail holes line up with everything.
Okay, so it's like an overhang.
Yep.
Nice.
And these, blocking the way. These need to go in and line up with the edges of the walls because these braces on the outside just are overhung just a hair.
Now, is the wall going to go in between the two end walls?
The outside walls are going to go against these walls.
Okay. Thanks, Donnie, for checking. Like I said, he might have been at work when he sent that to me.
Uh-oh. Jody's getting somebody set up with a logo, I think. That's the one thing I like about my logo. I don't know. I don't think you were here when my logo came into being.
No, I wasn't.
My wife and my daughter-in-law conspired against me. Andrea, because Terry does graphics. She does graphic design.
Yep.
Terry, and I don't know if Andrea actually paid her anything or not. Terry did my logo.
Nice. Although you do have your logo up twice again.
Oh, I do. Look at me go. There.
Everybody's like, as they do. Says Eric.
What's funny is the logo right down in here, if I remember right. Or actually, I think it's on the side here, is where Terry actually signed it.
Nice.
She is very proud of the fact that she put the Millennium Falcon on there backwards. I think that is really funny that she did that.
Maybe it's not the Millennium Falcon. Maybe it's just another stock plate freighter.
Yep.
Because the Millennium Falcon itself would be copyright.
Exactly.
Not that Goofy isn't.
Exactly. But the fact that I've been on YouTube for close to 5 years and never had the mouse come after me.
Well, I think a big thing is you're not monetizing the logo.
Yeah.
You know, there's no profit from it. If there was, then you'd be hearing from the mouse.
Oh yeah. The mouse would be coming, knocking on my door, going, I want my share.
And here's a cease and desist letter.
Yep. Who was the last person that got one of those? Chris Larson. Yeah, he got one of those.
Did he?
Yep. He got one of those for his Galileo shuttle interior.
Oh, what did he have on the interior?
Just the fact that he made one.
Oh, okay.
When they first came out with when they re-released the Galileo shuttle,
yep,
it did not have the interior.
I have one of those kits.
So do I.
And then I bought the interior kit as a separate.
Well, I bought the interior from him, and then I bought another shuttle when they came out with the interior. And Steve at Cult TV Man sent me the interior, and I'm like, dude, this is wrong, because I paid for the shuttle with the interior. So, I mailed it back, he mailed it back. Cost him a little bit in shipping.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I get a fight with these little pieces. Yay.
And where do they go? Under the bench?
Yep.
Ooh.
Not going to be too bad. I'm not going to fight with the char on them. Maybe right here. Shouldn't be too bad to get them in there. Maybe.
Do they, is there 6 of them as well, or?
There is.
Okay. So kind of same place as the other.
Yep.
Okay.
That's not work. Kind of got it in there. Come on.
I would assume you can put glue on the sides of it for the ones on the ends.
Yeah.
So, which isn't too bad. So that center one, that's going to be.
The center one's going to be the easier one.
True enough, you do have the clearance. The clearance.
Roger. And again, like my mind does, as soon as I said that, my mind went to Roger Ramjet.
My mind went to airplane.
Oh, mine did too, but I also thought of Roger Ramjet just because I used to watch that cartoon when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. Now I'm thinking of it's an entirely different. It's entirely different kind of flying altogether now. It's an entirely different kind of flying. Now I'm going to want to watch that movie again.
Which one? Airplane?
Yep. And then the guy sitting in the taxi the whole movie.
Yeah.
I'll give him 5 more minutes.
I think kind of the key on this is I get it to where the glue grabs it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because in the grand scheme of things, if these fall out, nobody will know.
No.
Well, no. Before he says it, I'll know.
But no one else has to know.
Yep.
And it may be one of those things that after 10 years, maybe one of them will fall off.
Well, see, that's the problem. My problem is when I do something that doesn't turn out right, I don't keep it a secret. My NX-01 that I snapped in half, I don't keep that a secret.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually kind of proud that I was able to fix it.
Well, especially if you're trying to show people what a pitfall could be, like, a possible something that's going to cause you an issue.
That was actually something that Ian said about my Constitution build.
Right.
That he's impressed with how well I'm, not just building it, I'm teaching how to build.
That's kind of my style of videos I generally do too.
It's the best way.
Yeah.
Because I watch people's videos, one, to see the build, and two, to learn things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't remember his name, but I think he's German. I love the fact that he starts out his video, he's building this ship. It's a Turkish model. He's building this ship, and he talks about, this is what we're going to do. How we're going to do it, you'll see in these videos. And see, that's the thing too. We haven't quite converted you. We've got you started down the road.
Well, I've got that book nook I still have to finish.
That's what I'm saying. We're
But
gonna
I've also got that giant plastic model kit store, stash I got to work on.
Oh yeah. Well, see, that's the thing, is I have both.
Yes. But now I also have a near type Lego under my belt now too.
Yeah.
Which one day might lead to me getting a Star Wars Lego kit or something.
I've done one or two of the Star Wars Lego kits. Oh, and apparently there's a new Disney castle out that I will soon be building.
Oh?
Yep.
Which castle?
I want to say, I've got the one that's in Disneyland. I forget what the other one is. There's a brand new one out though that Andrea just picked up.
Okay.
And I am her Lego builder.
Does she help a bit?
No, she goes, here's the kit. Let me know when it's done.
Okay.
It kind of started that way with the first Disney castle.
Mm-hmm.
And away I go. And usually we end up buying a light kit for them. I think this time I'm not going to do a kit. I'm just going to wire it myself.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's the thing, is that the Light My Bricks are nice.
Right.
But they have you put you pop the bricks up, or not the Light My Bricks so much, but the other lighting kits, they have you pop the bricks out, and so you're running the wire underneath them, and I've had wires break because of that.
Okay, yeah, I would imagine, because Lego does fit pretty tight, doesn't it?
Yep.
That's what Howard was saying. Because that model he sent me, or the not Lego one he sent me, there was some pretty loose fit on some of the stuff.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is I have the tools and the skill to drill those holes and make the parts fit perfect.
Well, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Donnie's all excited now. He said, "Now you're talking, Buck. Custom lighting."
Yep.
You gonna light this kit?
Honestly, I might put one very dim light, a flickering LED inside of it.
Yeah. As if it was a lantern or something.
Yep.
Nice.
And it will need a lantern on the outside somewhere. There's that. These pieces are so thin.
Don stole my thunder. Andrew's talking about the proof of concept of the escape pod hatches, how he did those.
So yeah, let me put this up on its side.
So what are they having you do now?
So the next thing, before I do this, before I do this, you paint them because it says that the pieces are going to warp. Let them warp, let them dry. They will form back into place.
Okay.
But this is the next thing that goes on.
Right.
And what they say to do is not paint the edges where you're going to glue.
Okay.
Yeah, I can feel it. This thing is so fragile right now.
Yeah.
What's funny is this is going to turn into something like the tram does. Tram, you're like, yeah, it should be pretty quick and easy. Half a year later, you're finished with it. Bless you. So think with cutting those out and roof parts. Yes, it is Italian. It is fragile. One roof piece.
Donnie says, dang it, that's what I was going to say.
This is going to be interesting anyway, because these roof pieces have got to be curved.
Oh, okay. Or can they be like, I don't know how you do. Do you do score them or?
Hopefully, once I paint them, they will. They're going to bend some,
Mm-hmm.
but it's one of these things. I don't want to get them too wet because they'll warp all kinds of different directions.
Right.
And I've done. I don't even remember which kit it was. I do. It was a Stagecoach, but it's not the one I have now. They had, instead of the balsa wood like this, because this is a single ply.
Okay.
They had like a 5-ply sheet of plywood in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
So
I
they're gonna have all different grains in there.
Yeah, trying to curve it, I snapped it instead.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
So I think, like I said, this is for Geely right now. I'm going to let it sit. Got the other pieces out. I'll hit it with, matter of fact, let me see if the paint is still good. Because they say to use spar black.
Okay.
And let me see. I have a bunch of the Model Expo kit, or Model Expo paints here. All spar black. Very cool. Got at least one that's still good. Their paint comes in these little, I think this is a 4-ounce tub.
Okay.
And it's actually going to be like house paint.
Oh.
You know, the only problem is they don't have a seal on the jars. That's why they go bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. you end up with the monster in the paint.
So you're gonna have to. You could always put like some sort of something like saran wrap or something over it, and then screw the lid on.
Yep. Or you can also do what I just did: drip some onto your yellow carpet. That's cool.
Ooh.
It's okay. It's the carpet. Andrea was going to throw away until I said, "Can I put it in here?"
Well, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, I may try and paint this tomorrow so that it'll be ready for next Tuesday.
Well, there you have it.
Let me get this cleaned off, and I think it's about time for me to go upstairs and relax my voice.
Okay, well, it sounds like a plan.
And I appreciate you stopping in, Ken. I appreciate everybody.
Yeah, we got a fair amount of viewers tonight.
12 right now, and I'm sure we had more than that. We had what was it? Well, there's Jody, Donnie, Andrew, Alec, Don,
Eric.
Howard was here. Donnie's like, but you're not done yet. Hey, you quit last night when you weren't done. But no, a ton of people came by. I really appreciate it. Howard hit me up with a super chat. I appreciate that too. Oh yeah, Stephen Haynes.
Yes.
Stephen Haynes. Jeff was here.
2 Jeffs.
Yes, just a ton of people came by, and I really appreciate it. For everybody out there in the thumbs up, everyone. Yes, thank you, Eric. Please hit the thumbs up if you would. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. I'm fine with that too. But anybody who was not here or is watching this on the rerun, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I always answer comments. It may take me a day or two sometimes, but I will always answer them. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Hit the bell icon to be notified of anytime I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video or stream.
Buckman's model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Buckman's model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden